Kojum dip is when you're having a dream where you really have to go to the bathroom and you do and you wake up and you've pissed yourself. Kojum dip is when you have to sneeze and then don't. Kojum dip is when you wake up at 8 p.m. from a nap and you spend 20 minutes readjusting to the baffling reality of consciousness. But more accurately, Kojum Dip is a primarily metal band who mishmashes all sorts of genres and instruments in their music, and I am in love with them. And for a bit of context, the band started in 2004, ended in 2006, then reunited for a bit in 2008, and then became a solo act for its lead singer Bora, and it wasn't until 2014 where they had an actual album put out, which for some reason is displayed as having released in 2019 on Spotify. They also released 2 instrumental video game cover albums in 2012, so you know, only a slightly complicated history. And it's strange, because there were 5 other band members during the original 2-year run, but on the credits of their first album it says Bora wrote and performed all the songs. So even though it started as a band and is now a solo project, it seems like it's always been that way, and the extra members just help to convey Bora's vision. At least from the very limited amount of info online about them, it's really hard to find out pretty much anything about them. It's hard to define Kojum Dip's music, because while it's primarily metal, it really does go all over the place. They use everything from accordions, bagpipes, bongos, and whatever the fuck this is in their songs, and I just love how many places they go musically while still sounding cohesive. None of the abrupt song changes or weird instruments feel out of place, and they're the kind of songs that I listen to because one part gets stuck in my head, but then it has a bunch of other parts I completely forgot about, and all I can think is, oh my god, this is awesome. Every time I listen to a Kojum Dip song, it feels just as fun and surprising as the first time I heard it. The only similar bands I can even think of really are Mr. Bungle and specifically Incubus's Science album, and trust me, I know it sounds crazy, like, ew, why would I want to listen to that band who wrote that song on Surf's Up soundtrack? But just trust me, alright? Science is a really good album. If you like Kojum Dip or Mr. Bungle, or even if you don't, go listen to them. But either way, Science is as equally manic schizophrenic sonically as they are, don't worry. Honestly, Make Yourself and Morning View are also great albums, but those are more just like standard alt-rock albums. They're missing that makes Science so unique. Bora's voice and Brandon's also kind of remind me of one another. It's something in their overall tone and the range that they usually sing in. And as for Mr. Bungle, that's definitely a more solid comparison. With Incubus, it was one album, but Mr. Bungle, their whole thing is being fucking weirdos. I mostly hear the similarities in their self-titled album and California, mostly because Disco Volante is a bit too out there even by their standards, and their only other album is strictly a crossover thrash album, which, you know, I guess is cool if I want to feel 14 again. Off of California, I especially love Ars Moriendi. It reminds me of something off the Sands of Time soundtrack. I hear it and all I want to do is to just start violently belly dancing to it. But besides their music, the Mr. Bungle comparison is especially accurate since Kojum Dip dresses up and does weird shit on stage, such as literally just playing an entire Mega Man level on stage and going in the crowd to hug 30 people. They really seem to like Mega Man too, since their 2 video game cover albums are entirely Mega Man songs, and 14 of the 19 videos on their YouTube channel are also Mega Man covers. My favorite though, and a real classic from their channel, is the 2010 Emmy-nominated film Music Syncs Up with Mario Galaxy character, which may or may not be my new favorite thing on the internet. It's hard for me to pick my favorite song from Kojum Dip, because as with everything in life, there's an actual answer and an ironic one. Waltz in E Major is my actual favorite, but oh my god, the very beginning of For Lam is just so fucking funny, I can't get over it. And that's really it. I just figured I'd recommend and bring attention to some music that I really enjoy. I'll leave a bunch of different links to the band and Bora's different socials, including their Myspace, don't worry, so you can go support them if you want. As of right now, Bora, as far as I could find, is living in LA and has a studio named The Laboratory. He said he's making a second album, but that was a couple years ago, and we've really gotten nothing since, so, you know, it exists, I think, and it's coming, you know, in the future. But I tried calling the number on the laboratory's website out of curiosity, and I just got a really weird automated Indian voice response that cut off in the middle of it speaking.